What's up guys, what's going on? It's DJ Rick Web as always, and in today's video I'm going to discuss my DJ package for schools. We're going to go into a complete breakdown on how I advertise for schools and what my flyers look like. So if you guys recently saw my video on free advertisement, I briefly discussed my newest flyer that I created in Microsoft Word, which was for schools, and I said I would do a complete breakdown, and that is this video. So let's jump right into it. Right now you're looking at the top of the first page right here, and this was purely 100% created in Microsoft Word. Very simple and very easy to use, and pretty much free if anyone has a general computer with Microsoft Word. At the top we got the title, school package, pretty self-explanatory. And then we have DJ Rick Web and DJ Associates logos on there. My right side there, I have big, bold key things that differentiate me from all the other DJs in the area in terms of school dances. One, I'm the area leader in this area, so that might not be something that you can say, but I can actually say that because I DJ all the schools within like a 50-mile radius here, minus the exception of like one or two. So you have professional sound and lighting, pretty self-explanatory there. All clean music, very key thing to put on there for schools. A lot of the advisors and principals look for that. Spinning all the latest and greatest hits, pretty self-explanatory. Custom events, Snapchat filter, and social media song requests. So I do create a Snapchat filter for every one of my dances, and if they call me or I get to talk to them in person about this flyer, I explain in a little more detail what that entails, and I'll show them a couple pictures of what it looks like, because a lot of people don't actually understand. A lot of the advisors that don't know what a Snapchat filter is yet. So social media song requesting, that is in terms of Twitter. I always make sure that people can submit song requests during the event via Twitter, or even text me if they want to. I use a Text Now app during the event to allow them to send song requests to me. Keeps them from coming up and annoying the heck out of me. Although they 9 times out of 10 they still come up and try and ask for songs, which is what a piece of paper and a pen are for. We have a ton of pictures on this front page, and this might not be something you can do yet. I've been thankful enough to do a ton of school dances, so I have tons of pictures on here. Pictures of the crowd having a good time, pictures of my setups, pictures of the lighting, and pictures of me DJing as well. Then at the bottom of the first page, I like to do a quick little breakdown of starting at such and such money. So then at the bottom you see we have, of the first page, we have starting at blank dollars for 3 hours, which in my area, a typical school dance, homecoming or prom, is 3 hours. And then I have a quick statement basically of my experience, my story of how I became a DJ, and basically more detail of why I am a better DJ, or not really a better DJ, but what makes me different than all the other DJs out there in terms of doing school dances for you. Then on the right we have a block there that basically it's my name, my DJ name right below it, because most people in my area know me as DJ Rick Web. And then below that I have contact information, which is completely blurred out or blocked out for you guys. You can't see it. But it's got my address on there, which is crucial because most of the schools will send you checks to your home or to your address, so that's crucial to put on there. Got my phone number, my email, and my Facebook page. I did not put my website on there, mostly because our DJ Associates website is not really tailored to schools at all, and I normally post a lot of the school content on my actual personal DJ page, so I like to push for them to look at my Facebook page more than look at our actual website. And that's pretty much the first page that basically catches the eye. Now on the second page I dedicated a whole page purely to pricing breakdown. Now why is this? In terms of schools and even weddings now, and actually in general just my area, and this might be true for your area as well, most people in my area are very price sensitive. They don't really, if you don't explain to them the value, and this is a big thing with the current market right now, you need to explain your value and why that number, that X amount of dollars you're charging, is so valuable. You can't just walk up to a school, or I can't just walk up to a school that I've never DJed before, and they be like, oh, I've seen your work before, how much do you cost? And I'm like, $1,000 for 3 hours. I would bet 8 times out of 10 they're not gonna jump on that at all. They're gonna be questioning, and maybe they'll ask why, or they'll probably just not contact me again. So on this page I did a complete pricing breakdown, and mine is a simplistic pricing breakdown. Brian S. Red has a great video, I'll link it right there, where he discussed for weddings that he does a complete pricing breakdown to explain to his clients why he costs X amount of dollars in terms of gas to go to the venue, the amount of time he spends doing paperwork, a very detailed breakdown of all the costs that he has in his DJ business, and to basically explain to them why I cost so much money. And then when they ask, oh, well, this DJ will do it for this much money, how's he doing that? And basically the answer always is, I don't know, he's probably losing money. And that's normally the case. Or they're a young beginner, but that's beside the point. So I like to break down my pricing breakdown to equipment and to labor. So in the first part here, I like to express my equipment as being, I'm bringing so much amount of money in value in equipment. So say it's $10,000 is the amount of equipment I'm bringing. I like to express that I'm bringing a percentage of that. Say I'm bringing 10% of that, that's $1,000 right there. And then I also like to add in there that a typical rental fee for this equipment would be 15 to 20%. Right off the back there, they should notice that they're already getting a discount, in a way. And then below that, I like to break down the equipment even further to explain that this equipment means audio, lighting, and music, because we have to pay for music. But you could even go even further to discuss that your trailer, your car, your gas. I was thinking about going even further on audio and lighting to put a little in parentheses what that means: speakers, tripods, mixer, blah blah blah. Lighting, it means moving heads, wash fixtures, high quality lighting, just some sort of tagline in there. And then music, explain basically I have to pay for music. Then we have labor. I always like to put a total amount of hours beside the total amount of money for the labor. And then I break down the labor into different hourly amounts. So you could just straight up say that it's $100 per hour, but for labor. But you also have labor in setup and tear down, and in weddings you have also paperwork making, and you have a little bit of that in school dances as well. And not all that is at the same rate of money, or at least it shouldn't be. I mean, making paperwork should not be $100 per hour. It should be maybe $5 to $10 an hour. It's really, so I like to break it down into setup and tear down price for so many dollars for so many hours. So in this case, I did leave on there to show you guys that I have 5 hours for setup and tear down at X amount of dollars. And then for DJing, I have 3 hours of DJing and MCing at so much X amount of dollars, which is more than the original. Overall, there you have a total for equipment and a total for labor. And then I like to throw in at the very end in this block for the total, I like to put a discount in there. Now, is that really a discount? Not really. I've already accounted for that discount when I was making the price up. So just by tweaking my percentage on the equipment, I can charge the correct amount of money that I want when I put the discount in there. Most of the time, I literally just slap a $100 discount on there. That way, it's not really something for me. I've already accounted for that discount. I already know it's there. It's not like it's subtracting from the amount of money I should be making. I've already accounted for it. It's just there as a tool or a glimpse or a thing for them to see and say, oh, I'm getting a discount. It's just a mind trick thing. And then obviously we have the grand total after that, which is completely blurred out to you guys. Now, I like to, after this, you see that it says prices based on a size venue of 175 guests. In my area, and this might be true in your area, there is a large variance in the amount of kids at the high schools that I DJ, and middle schools as well. So I have high schools with proms of 60 people, and I also have high schools with homecomings of 350, 400, 500 kids. Large difference here in pricing. So instead of making multiple different flyers to explain to them, and there's no point in charging the same amount of money for all those, because I'm only going to bring maybe 2 speakers and maybe 1 sub to the 60 person, but I'm going to need 4 to 8 subwoofers and a line array system maybe for the 500 person prom. And even it's going to be a bigger lighting setup, so there should be a difference in pricing here. So I have my first base price at 175 max students. Anything below that is at the same price. I'm more than likely not going to give you much of a discount, if any more discount, if you have way less than that. Now, if you have 60 people, we can talk about having $100 off, but for the most part, that is the baseline price that I am willing to go out at. So I will literally not load up and go out unless you're paying that baseline price, which has a cap of 175 students. And then I have 2 categories after that. I have 250 guests, as you can see in the bottom, where I do a full breakdown of costs on attendance. And there's 175, 250, and 300. Those are the max for each category. Now the 300 plus, that's basically, there's so few schools that are above 300 for their dances. I think there's only like 2 that I will talk to them on a direct level and handle that directly and determine the price. Now, this bottom portion here, this is a big thing to go along with the pricing breakdown, to explain to these schools why I cost so much money, or so many X amount of dollars over just $100 per hour, which would be $300. And going out for a dance for $300, doesn't that sound pointless? I mean, if you're a beginner, it might not sound pointless. I mean, I was definitely there at one point going out and doing little homecomings for maybe 300 bucks, but at the point I'm at now, and the point that you should be getting towards, is being way more than that. And honestly, if you have more than just 2 speakers in that, your value and equipment's already above $300, so you really should work on that. So what I do is I have a breakdown here of the guest number, the cost of my service, and then the potential profit based on a ticket price of $10 per student. In my area, that is about a standard for homecomings at least, so it's like 10 to 20 bucks, and then proms are more right around 40 to 50 in my area. There's no dinner or anything at mine, it's just strictly a dance, so the price can be different depending on your area and stuff. I know there's some high schools out there in different states and stuff that are well over $100 per ticket, so take that into account, and you can actually take that into account to charge more as well. But I like to leave in there $10 per student to basically be like, this is your potential profit at $10 per student. Imagine if you raise it up, you can make even more money. But basically it takes the number of students, times it by 10, and then I subtract out my cost to show them the potential profit that they can make. So just to take an example here, I'm completely making this up, but say there's 400 students in there that are coming to this event. This is even off my pricing sheet, so this is like one of the bigger ones I've done. So say they have 400 kids coming to this homecoming. They charge them $10 per ticket. That's a potential profit of $4,000 total dollars. Now, say I have in there my cost is $2,000 to come do that. So it'll list out that there'll be 400 students, cost is $2,000, potential profit is $2,000. And doing that breakdown also brings into play the schools that don't really know how much they should be charging for tickets, kind of gets them into perspective of how much they should really be charging for tickets if you want a good DJ. When I was in high school, my alma mater charged $3 or maybe it was $6 per ticket for homecoming. And I remember looking at that going, are you kidding me? This is a scam. And then we got to homecoming, and the DJ kind of made me understand why they were able to charge such low amounts, because he was terrible. And he had 2 carpet speakers. They were 3-way carpet speakers, dual 15s, old as crap, and they were just blaring, high piercing. Oh, like the sound was terrible, terrible. And then maybe he had like 4 lights up on a thing, and it sounded like he was DJing off iTunes. Like you play one song, it would pause, and then go to the next song. But for that dude, he didn't really have much money in equipment, and he had a pretty bad service, so he didn't have to charge much. And I think I remember asking the advisor how much we paid that DJ for homecoming. $150. $150. I was just starting out the DJ at the time, and I wasn't even charging that low amount of money. Like, I wanted at least $300 at the point, and I only had 2 Harbinger speakers and a decent lighting setup, and I had a mixer and stuff, and I was charging more than that. So yeah. But yeah, this is my school package breakdown, and like I discussed in the free advertisement video, this is my newest creation for advertisement in terms of schools. So at the end of last prom season, I gained a lot of schools. I think I did 6 different schools. A lot of them were new too, and I actually didn't DJ a couple of them that I've DJed before. So I wanted to make sure that I got a good chunk of the homecoming market coming around next year, and also I wanted to add in another DJ to potentially make sure I can do all of them, because some dates overlap each other, and some schools I can't do them at the same time. Also got some weddings booked around the same time. So I created this nice, amazing little flyer here in Microsoft Word for free, and this is what I've been using to send out to all the schools. And I've had a very good, strong success with using this to advertise to the local schools lately. I hope this little breakdown I went into here gets your guys' ideas rolling, and this can translate directly into making yourself wedding packages. Now, wedding packages, I do make multiple different levels of wedding packages and send them out individually. So I have 3 different ones, just to let you guys know. We have 3 different ones in DJ Associates, and they break down accordingly. But this is my school package one. Schools are kind of, you don't really need multiple packages. I mean, you definitely could have multiple different levels of packages, but I like to keep it simple, stupid, and just send them out one straight advertisement, because most of the schools in my area are not looking to do really elaborate stuff with trussing and stuff, other than the one you guys saw for prom. That's a little bit of a different story, but most of the time when they want to do the very elaborate stuff, they will contact us directly and be asking to do stuff like that. And I definitely make sure when I talk to them, if they want to do something further, something bigger, something more elaborate, add in pipe, drape, all that sort of jazz that we have in DJ Associates, I make sure to ask them if that's something they might be interested in. Most of the schools in my area are not very interested into it, so I keep it simple, stupid, with just providing audio and lighting and DJing. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If it was helpful, please feel free to share this somewhere. Be sure to give it a big thumbs up on this video. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Join this big, amazing community we got on here, on the way to 10,000 subscribers. We'll get there eventually. But anyways, my name is DJ Rick Webb. As always, keep them records spinning, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.